Hello everyone and welcome to your Sunday dose of both distance Reiki and your weekly tarot forecast. So I have just recently started to offer distance Reiki to followers that have requested it via direct message, and it always comes through with some sort of universal message for the collective. But during today's session, which I have set the intention that it will be sort of time released throughout the next hour, it's definitely a feeling of the importance of dreams and the subconscious. So as we are moving into a more ethereal realm of astrology, I'm not an astrologer, but I follow a lot of astrologers, so I'm usually privy to what's going on, but I couldn't at all repeat to you what planets are doing what. I just know that we are in a very sort of Piscean, Neptune type vibe, which means that things are very mystical, very magical, and very in tune with your dreams and your subconscious life. And that a lot of messages and a lot of spiritual development is being done while you're sleeping. So for everyone watching, and especially for those that I sent distance Reiki to this morning, it's definitely about making sleep an utmost priority and being unapologetic whenever you need more sleep than you normally do, and also paying attention to what comes up during those sleeping hours. So it could be a couple of different things. It could be that your dreams are giving you messages. It also could be that your dreams are helping you to play out timelines that you don't want to have to play out here in this world and in this timeline. So it feels like we're kind of having a period right now where a lot of us are timeline skipping and really just moving into the universal timeline that is meant for us, that we're going to do the most good in. And it might feel like things are kind of a little hazy and like things aren't all real right now. And during that time period, it's definitely important to recognize that you are letting go of old timelines that you might have thought were meant for you that actually turn out they're not. That's not your ultimate path. And your subconscious tries to help you with letting go of these old timelines by letting them play out within your dreams. So you might have dreams that you're working in a career that you thought for a long time that you wanted to do, and sometimes it might be a sign that you're supposed to be getting back into that field, but sometimes it might be a sign that you're done with that. And this is your subconscious way of letting you have those experiences without actually having to live them out in this lifetime. So I would highly recommend keeping a dream journal during this time. Also know that inspiration is going to come through during those sleep time hours. So it could be in your dreams, or if you're like me, the experience I've been having is I'll have a massive stint of dreams and then I'll wake up for like 10 to 15 minutes in the night and I'll get all kinds of inspiration, and then I'll go back to sleep and I'll have more dreams that are resolving other things. So keeping a notebook or journal by your bed is going to be really, really good with keeping track of that inspiration so that it's not affecting your sleep patterns quite as much. So if you do wake up in the night with a really brilliant idea, write it down in as much detail as you can, and then try your best to go back to sleep, because there's still work to be done in those sleeping hours. But you do want to pay attention to the inspiration that's coming through. And with that in mind, it leads very perfectly into this week's tarot cards. So the energy of this week is the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is all about having a really, really brilliant business idea or inspiration. And as you start to play out the dreams and the timelines that you're not meant to follow this lifetime, you'll then wake up with the inspiration of what it is that you are supposed to be doing in this lifetime, or at least in this moment. There's nothing that says that you have to let go completely of those past dreams. They might come back up, but they're not your main focus now. So whatever's coming up for you, really listen and take seriously that inspiration. There's so much energy right now where people are transferring from a career that they've worked for so long or worked towards for so long into something completely new and completely unknown. And that's okay. That's part of this timeline shifting, in that we're almost becoming different versions of ourselves, and we can have success in those areas as well. So if you are thinking about leaving something that you've worked really hard to get to, don't judge yourself for that. We are allowed to continuously evolve and become different people, and there's nothing that says that you have to maintain the same career aspirations that you had when you were 18 or 22 or 25. But follow these brilliant business ideas that come up, and that will help to lead you more towards clarity into how you're going to create the most abundance for yourself in these new fields. And The other tip is the advice card, which is the Mother of Swords. So the Mother of Swords is a indicator that while we may be emotionally driven towards these dreams, we are intellectually driven towards the goals and the actions that we take to achieve them. So make sure that you're carving out time for planning, for brainstorming, for really engaging in your mental clarity just as much as you do your spiritual and emotional clarity. So your dream state is really bringing up that heart-based energy, that feeling of like wanting to be passionate about something and finding the thing that you're passionate about. And that is key to this process. But then at some point during your waking hours, you're going to have to sit down and actually get a little more analytical about things. Now, the key here is to not let the analytical side talk you out of the things that you're feeling passionate about, but to allow your brain to work through any problem solving that you might need to have in order to follow through with these dreams. Sometimes when we're planning out how to follow the dreams, finances becomes a really big hurdle for a lot of us. The idea of, oh, I want to follow this dream, but how am I going to make money in the meantime? Or what am I going to do about money? Or is it going to make me as much money as my current job? And the universe will take care of all that. And I know that's a really hard pill to swallow. I myself struggle with it all the time. And you don't have to have it all figured out. So again, this Mother of Swords is about being analytical, being shrewd, really looking at the reality of things. But it also is not an indicator that you should be over planning things that are out of your control. So that's where we kind of find the divider of where we use our mind effectively and where we start to become a burden or a blockage to our own abundance and our own ability to manifest. In the feeling of, if you have control over an action, you can overplan that as much as you want and you can really plot that out. But if you don't have control over an outcome, over a situation, that's the part that you shouldn't be wasting your time planning. So really only plan the things that you have direct control over, and everything else, let it go. Hand it over to the universe and see what happens. So I hope that all of this serves you well. If you would like to be part of my Distance Reiki crew and receive a little dose of some time-released Reiki on Sundays, feel free to message me on Instagram at Michelle Shea, probably where you're watching this, and let me know that you want to be a part of that list. Again, it could be as simple as just sending me a unicorn emoji, but if you want to send me a message, I'm more than happy to read. And if you are interested in more tarot, you can head over to my Patreon, patreon.com/Michelle Shea, where I do monthly readings. The February tarot scopes have been up for a little over 24 hours. So those are fresh and new and ready for your reading if you join for just $1. If you decide to go to one of the higher tiers, you get more tarot, you get audio downloads, you get meditations, and you get discounts on some of my services. And if you're interested in my services like one-on-one coaching, head over to michelleshaywalker.com. I have one-on-one divination available in single sessions, but I soon will have available in packages, so you can save a little bit more if you buy multiple sessions at once and spread them out. Or I'm also working on putting the 6-week program onto my website. So if you want to sign up during this next round of 6-week coaching, we're starting next week, so just make sure you get to me before next Sunday, and I'll get you on that list and in that group. And if you miss that deadline, mid-March will be when the next group opens up. Right now, not on the website, so just message me. I'll get all the things worked out for you, send you the information, make a payment plan if that works better for you. It's therapy if your therapist used tarot cards and Reiki and Akashic records in past lives. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's work together and send me a message. Otherwise, I hope that you're having a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and I hope to see you again soon.